Yo, people, lateness is greatness. I'm back into the building. The rest of the casting crew will be here with you soon for the Oil Boys. Sag, no Big Steve today. Big Steve's got to take the night off, family things going on. Monstar will be in here soon, but I can't lie to you. I just wanted to have this moment between us before they arrived because I'm so happy that there's no connection problems. I'm back talking to you again. I'm not going to lie to you, yeah. Yesterday, not being able to come on here, do a proper stream, talk to you guys about the game, do the usual review, that affected me. I can't lie. I was actually pressed. I was so angry. I've been in a bad mood all night because I need this. You see this here? This has to happen. Lateness is great. This crew in the building. The chat's flowing. We've got the oil prices or something along the bottom. I just thought to add that little effect. The rest of the boys will be coming in, but I didn't really get to talk to you guys about the game against Fulham. Do you know what I'm saying? I didn't get to talk to you guys. So obviously I hope you guys like the thumbnail. We got Pep, we got Tuchel on the money notes, we got all that good stuff going on. But before we get into Man City, do you know what I'm saying? Saj is running super late. Big Steve can't do it today. We got Monstar in the building, and I need to talk about this Fulham game. My guy, what are you saying?
What are you saying, G? Can you hear me loud and clear, yeah?
Bro, I didn't get to talk about this Fulham game, bro. Like, not at all. You know, it didn't work for me yesterday. I had to boycott the thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Speaking of speaking of boycotts.
I was on my way home, so I was watching your stream and I noticed, it cut. I quickly went out to do something, come back, and it seemed like you cut your stream off. I was thinking, raw, what happened, bruv?
Yeah, bro, just mad technical difficulties. Of course, we'll talk about Man United as well on this stream, 100%. Just mad technical difficulties yesterday. I couldn't, like, you know, the visuals were just all patchy and laggy and the audio was working fine. I was like, cool, let me just shut this off and we'll go again tomorrow. So it's good to have you on first to talk about this because there's just that game yesterday. It was, do you know what it was? Yeah, job done, bro. And I know you've been speaking a lot on like Hudson-Odoi and like bare people are complaining that he wasn't in the lineup. It's like we get Gilmore and then people want to complain again. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you can't ever just please everybody.
You can't
obviously. Yeah, I'm saying it's like, bro, we got the result. What did you make of it before I get into my?
You know what? With the people complaining, I used to say this right when Frank Lampard was there. I used to say, listen, there's so many players that are favorites of different fans, but there's only 11 places in the starting lineup, and then obviously 3 subs. Obviously, last season it was 5, but 3 subs in it, which means there's only about 14 places. Everyone's not going to fit in. I was telling people, listen, with Cho. You need to realize, because I'm a bit more of an old school football fan, so I've been watching football. I started watching Chelsea in '97, innit? That's how long it's freaking been. Yeah. But with football, when it comes to younger players, generally younger players don't even get game time right now. So back in the day, Callum will be in a development squad, and you wouldn't even see him in the team. So with me, it's a thing where when it comes to Callum, even Kai Havertz, Billy Gilmore, I'm always like, if these men don't play, it is what it is. They're young players. They're going to get their time. You just have to be very patient with them. There's no rush. Do you get what I mean? The problem is a lot of Chelsea fans see maybe a Greenwood or a Martinelli or a Foden doing well, and all of a sudden they want our, or Saka, and they want our players to be doing. We all want them to be doing well, but listen, they're going to get their chance. Let's just take our time. Right now, it's crunch time in the season. We've got bigger fish to fry. Do you know what I mean? We got the Champions League. Yeah, go on.
People will look at Hudson-Odoi, right? Obviously, the Bayern Munich interest, and they'll look at him and say, yo, he's capable of playing. Do you know what I'm saying? He's electric. He's got a lot to his game. You know, in the final third, he's got good decision-making, good crossings, shooting technique needs to improve. But people will say, I want him to get his opportunities because he's good enough to be in the squad. He made that impact under Sarri. Do you know what I'm saying? But I think you alluded to it as well. Potentially, it could be the Foden treatment. Do you know what I'm saying? It could be, because I remember when Pulisic wasn't playing too much as well at the start of Tuchel's reign, and everybody was on to Tuchel. Was like, where's Pulisic? Maybe he doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Mate, what's going on? Because they thought it was going to be a favoritism kind of thing with Pulisic because he knows him from Dortmund. But what I always said is, because he knows him from Dortmund, that doesn't mean that suddenly he's going to get preferential treatment. It means that he knows his good things and his bad things. And now he's playing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Patience.
So maybe we just have to be patient.
It's all about patience is key. A lot of football fans don't have patience. With Callum, just be patient with him. He's going to get his chance. Right now, right now, that's the least of our worries. I'm sorry to say that if it offends people, or you know what, if it offends people, hey, SMD, if you know what that means. Do you know what I mean? But listen, at the end of the day, it's just patience. We're gonna take our time with it. We got the Champions League, we got top four, we're almost there. We got the FA Cup final. That's what we need to worry about with these young players. They're gonna get their time. There's plenty of time next season as well. Listen, do you know how many young players Chelsea are harboring? Bro, there's we forget Pulisic is a young player. Mason Mount, another young player. Obviously Gilmore, Callum,
Reece James, Kai Havertz.
There's so many young players, bro. Not all of them are gonna get into this team right now. So relax, people. Like, relax, man, relax.
For me, just while Saj is apologizing to the people for being late, I'm just gonna kick it off by saying that game yesterday, I'm happy. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm happy. I think Mason Mount's touch to that really, there's got to be some, you know what I'm saying? The plaudits are starting to come out now for Mason Mount, because I remember, you know, last season especially, I was even critical of his final ball wasn't there, the final pass. Didn't really like him to hype the pitch on the wing or in the 10 because he didn't make the right decisions. That was a player coming of age yesterday. Do you know what I'm saying? Again, just that great touch, bringing the ball down and threading it in between the defenders into Kai. And I think Kai might be one of our best finishers at the club, because he, do you know what I'm saying? He is a guy that is just, he is very calm in front of goal. Yes, he's not, you know, Lukaku or Harry Kane or of a natural number 9. I still think we need that. But I think out of all the strikers, I've said it before, I think he has all of the traits out of all the 3 options of our actual strikers. He has a bit of everything. He's got a bit of pace. He can go in behind, good link up, do you know what I'm saying? Good finishing. Yeah, man, I'm really impressed. Saj, welcome, bro. What the hell what kind of time do you call this, G? Shit.
He's muted. He's muted, bro.
Why are you muted? Let me unmute him. I can't unmute him.
He has to unmute himself.
You have to unmute yourself. What's going on, Saji?
Well, go on. What are you saying? To back off quickly what Monstar said, bruv, you're right, bruv. It's championship season. It's cup time, bruv. This developing man them that haven't played more than 10, 15 games in the season, bruv, no. Just no. I'm not even a Chelsea fan, and I'm like, bruv, no, cut all of that, bruv. Like, if I was a Man City fan, this isn't the time to start playing Nathan Ake. No, bruv. We can do that shit next season.
He's not a young player, though, like.
But like, it's not the time to put on Billy Gilmore, is it?
Yeah,
in the FA Cup final. Just no, bruv.
Unless you have to.
That's next season stuff, bruv. You're right. I agree. I'm good though.
The thing is as well, just back onto Mount. The thing is with Mount is that he's obviously 22 years old, so he's a lot older than, you know, some of these other guys like Hudson-Odoi and whatnot. You can see that the loan moves have kind of matured him. What do you make of? Because I've seen a little graph that went up on Twitter, I think today, maybe yesterday, of Mount's improvements under Tuchel, taking more shots, more shot creating actions, more forward passes, things like that. What have you made of the difference between the way that Tuchel's managing in Monstar and the way that he's managed under Lampard? Because he's still getting maybe potentially overplayed. I remember when the lineup went out, 2 things people didn't like was they didn't like Gilmore and Mount in a pivot. Some people didn't want Mount even starting because I feel like he was overplayed. I think he's 13 straight games, some madness like that, or 13 like last 14 games. What do you make of the difference? Do you think there's a massive golfing quality in terms of what we're seeing under Tuchel with Mason Mount, or do you think that's just maybe people overdoing it?
No, I don't. To me, there's no difference. I think he's the same player. Like, the team's just a bit better. He's always been this player. Do you know what I mean? People just disrespected him for reasons I don't even know. Like, maybe because Frank Lampard was playing him so much, but then Tuchel's come in. He's not played him exactly the same amount of games because he has dropped him for some games, but he's still played him a lot as well, isn't it? And when it comes to, like, obviously my criticism of Mount is obviously his final third decisions. So obviously balls going, you know, maybe I want better balls from him into, you know, players in the final third, isn't it? But one thing I always notice this is that one thing is, we all forget Mount is a young player. Like you said, he's 22.
Yeah.
With young players, their decision making is going to be inconsistent. That's why they're young. These things, they grow and mature with age. So your decision making gets better with age. At 22 years old, you don't see many players. Forget the freaks. We know there's freaks. Freaks like Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi. Those are freaks of nature. If you look at
they're not even, they're generational freaks. So it's like,
but if you look at some of the if you look at some of the best players,
Mm.
the like go back, Gerrard, Lampard, all these guys, they were on a similar trajectory, or they were at a similar, the way Mount is, they were similar at this point. Do you get what I mean? We're just, I don't know, maybe it's social media that's making a lot of this noise now, innit? Because when I was when I was watching football, when I was Lampard and all these guys, there was no social media, so you don't hear all this noise, innit? But people need to realize that he's young. He's going to be inconsistent with these decisions. That's what a young player does. It's you saw with Foden, who we all love and we rave on about, against PSG. You saw him. He got into the box one-on-one with the goalkeeper and he shot him straight at him. On another day, he will put that in the back of the net. That just comes with young players. That's what happens.
João Felix is the exact same, bro.
Yeah, this is what happens.
He's great up until his goal scoring opportunities. He's great, bro.
Yeah.
When it comes to scoring, he takes some weird, like he'll take an extra touch where he doesn't need to, and then the defender will cut it or stuff like that.
Yeah. These things come with time. With time comes, you know, the maturing in the way they score and the way they get that final ball in and things like that comes with experience. So expect inconsistency from all of these young players, innit? Yeah, that's just the way it is.
I think he is improving as the season goes on. Obviously, the position that Tuchel's played him in, bar yesterday where he played a lot deeper, you know, he is bringing out new things in him as well. I think he is improving him slightly as the season goes on. But under Lampard this season, I think he was still very, very good in that 8 role in the 4-3-3. You know, he was still winning us games against Fulham away from home, getting the last minute goal. You know, still creating a lot of opportunities. I think from a chance creation standpoint, when Lampard was here as well, he's in like top 5 in the league. So he was still having a very, very good season. So it's not just been the flick of a switch like everybody, well, some people like to paint that picture where it's just Mason Mount suddenly he's playing well now. No, he's certainly maybe improving. You're seeing better from him. But I think this season overall, and for me, this is why he's player of the year, because this season he's been very consistent this season. He's been very good, in my opinion. I mean, more on that game yesterday, Monstar. I mean, listen, for me, yeah, I'm looking at Timo Werner because, again, he's always topical. Maybe this guy, and I want to get Sanchez's thoughts on this as well. Maybe this guy is not a striker. Maybe he's a playmaker. Maybe he's the creator and Havertz is the striker. Because maybe we've got it the wrong way around. You know what I mean? We assume that he was the striker with all of his goal tally in Leipzig. But again, yesterday, he gets a very good assist, playing the ball through, plays a really good opportunity through to Ziyech as well. Ziyech should have scored, I think. Wasn't clinical enough there in front of goal. Very similar miss, I guess, to Werner against Real Madrid as well. Right in front of goal, ball across the box, not taking your opportunity. I'm starting to think Werner might just be that creator. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe he's not a shooter because he's not the most clinical guy, but he's very good at creating opportunities.
My question to you is this, and it's very simple. From now to the end of the season, what do Chelsea have to lose by trying to switch the two of them? Because
playing Havertz up front and Werner just
bruv. It's not like Werner was scoring so many goals that doing a switch now might be something radical and upset the whole rest of the season, bruv. Like if Havertz can continue on the form that he did on the weekend, does it hurt to try?
I'm not sure. Havertz, I don't mind Havertz playing in the Prem. I'm just not sure playing him against Real Madrid and against, if we get to the final, I'm not sure on that one yet. Do you know what I mean?
Well, because it's not looking like you lot. It's looking like you lot aren't going to touch Giroud or Tammy.
So to me, think about it. With the form Pulisic is in, you've got to play him.
Yeah,
you've got to play Mount, and then that leaves one more place, and I'm pretty sure that's going to go to Werner, because not only is yes, Werner is missing chances, but he's also creating chances, and he's also his runs open up so much space. That goal from Pulisic does not happen if Werner doesn't drag. I think it was Varane or Nacho drags one of them with the run. Do you get what I mean? So to me, I don't see Havertz really starting in the Champions League games. Maybe coming off the bench, I don't see him starting.
Yeah,
Hazard, nah, probably not.
Yeah,
probably not.
Yeah,
I'm looking at a point now where it's like it's very evident to me that Tuchel's not going to play Abraham and Giroud because he wants fluidity up front. Even at in that Fulham game, you know, me included, when I seen the lineup, I was like, "What? Why is he playing Mason Mount and Gilmour in a pivot?" That even Monstar, I saw your tweet. We're both thinking, "What? That's way too inexperienced." Do you know what I mean? Mason Mount for a start is not that defensively. Yes, he'll defend, but he's not a defensive midfielder. So you're not getting your anchor there. And we know Gilmore's quite young. So to give him all that responsibility, a lot of people felt he would be alone in that midfield. And he kind of was at times.
He was at times.
But the fact that he brought Ziyech back and he made it into a 3-5-2, put Kai and Timo up front, and we saw their chemistry. They got an understanding there at times as well. Brought Ziyech back and dropped him deep. I thought that was quite clever because you did need to kind of rest Jorginho. You did need to rest Kante because it doesn't look like Kova's going to make it. And that's just thinking on the spot and just adapting. And yes, we still concede the chances. I mean, I've got the stats here. They had more shots than us. I think, you know, they definitely penetrated the middle of our team a lot easier than they would have if we'd had our regulars in there. But that was always going to happen. But just to move Ziyech deeper, I think was quite smart. What did you make of the balance there? Was you happy with that?
Listen, in the midfield, to me, yeah, we didn't control the midfield like we may have wanted to. Billy did at times get pressed and get pushed off the ball and things like that. But to me, it was all about the result. And they got the result. And to be honest, apart from that shot Mendy saved, there wasn't really much to say that they scared us with. So I'm happy with the result. And I think we did a good job. So it's as simple as that. Yeah.
Yeah, Mendy made some big saves, I can't lie. Especially at the end of the first half, I was very impressed. And listen, whatever people say about bringing in an extra goalkeeper, or maybe you don't have a world-class goalkeeper at the club, you could upgrade, etc. Donnarumma's on a free, you can't miss that opportunity. For what we paid for Mendy, and for the fact that nobody really knew who he was, I think he's done a solid job, you know what I'm saying? He's come
value
in.
For money.
Value for money, steady the ship. Saj,
he's great, bruv. I don't understand this Mendy slander, bruv. It's really weird.
People
bruv.
feel like they're uneasy when he's on the ball. I personally get worried when he's on the ball.
This is like the Navas thing when he was at Real Madrid, and they still wanted to bring in Courtois, and I was like, "You've got a world-class goalkeeper right here." I'm so confused. I don't understand what more Mendy can do. First season in the Prem.
I think with Donnarumma. I think with Donnarumma, it's more. I think that situation is more of, you know, Chelsea. They always take advantage whenever they see players with potential for free.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. Maybe he will end up replacing Mendy, but I wouldn't be surprised if Donnarumma would come in and sit and go out on loan or something. I don't know. I'm just saying.
You know what Donnarumma is on?
I know.
He ain't going out on loan. Have you seen that, bro?
I know. I'm just.
If Donnarumma was to come into Chelsea, he would easily be one of your top 3 highest earners. There's no way now.
But that Navas comparison that you're making is really good because it isn't the glitzy glamour guy. But he just gets it done. Navas was brilliant with Costa Rica in the World Cup. Comes in,
he's just not a name.
Was really steady and solid.
Bruv,
I don't underappreciated.
All it is with Navas,
the man won 3 Champions Leagues.
Yeah,
and he was brilliant for them.
But what more can you ask for?
Yeah.
If anything, I'm going to say this, and this might sound mad. Yeah, I think when they bought in Courtois and got rid of Navas, that was a downgrade.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, at the time, now Courtois got acclimated to Real Madrid. Now he's a better goalkeeper. Yeah.
Oh, at the time, Navas was better. Yeah. But the thing is with Chelsea fans is we're turning out like a Real Madrid, because with Real Madrid, what it was with Courtois was Courtois was just a name, a bigger name than Navas, innit? Navas was just the underrated goalkeeper. He was doing his thing. But they saw an opportunity with a big name goalkeeper like Courtois and they wanted to bring him in. You know how the Galacticos work, innit? With Mendy, I was arguing with this from day one with other Chelsea fans. I'm not even going to mention them. But I was saying, the question I asked was, last season, our defense at times would stop balls from coming in terms of shots or whatever. The few that leaked, Kepa was letting them in, innit? I said, okay, we've brought in Mendy now. The few that's leaking through, is he saving them? Yes. Is he doing sufficiently enough?
Yeah.
Yes. But people are still telling me you need a world-class goalkeeper. And I'm like, okay, think about it. Let's go back. Chelsea have never bought a world-class goalkeeper in terms of we've bought potential, and then they've gone on to become world-class goalkeepers. So when we bought Courtois,
that's what I was
when we bought Courtois, how old is he? Young, 17 years old or whatever. He's gone out on loan, become a world-class goalkeeper at Atletico Madrid, come back and he's keeping. He bought Czech, a young player from, I think it was Rennes. I think he was at 21 or 22.
Yeah.
And he became a world-class goalkeeper at Chelsea. Same thing. I don't know if people would say Cudicini was a world-class goalkeeper.
He's top goalkeeper.
When he came in, he wasn't a world-class goalkeeper. We nurtured him. He became a great goalkeeper for Chelsea.
Yeah.
Chelsea have never bought world-class goalkeepers. Why are people now trying to tell me or tell anyone that we need to go out and buy a world-class goalkeeper? When did Chelsea ever do that?
You did buy when you tried.
Even when Man United purchased
Kepa was great when you signed him.
Do you know what I'm saying? He wasn't world class. I think when it comes to Mendy, people say he's uneasy on the ball, you know, at times. For me, he hasn't made an individual error leading to a goal on the ball. Yes, he's made mistakes coming out of goal in the middle of the season around Christmas, January. He came out of goal a few times, made a few fouls. But every goalkeeper's going to make a mistake. Ederson, Alisson, they've all made a few mistakes in the season. I don't agree with what Kingsley's saying here. Time to put some respect in terms of him being world class. I think he's not world class yet. But when you look at Mendy's career, he hasn't played like the amount of football you'd expect a 28, 29-year-old to have played.
Remember,
for a goalkeeper, he's very young.
Rennes signed him to replace the goalkeeper that they sold.
Yeah.
Everyone forgets that. So Mendy didn't even... It's not like Mendy was at Rennes doing bits for years. Mendy was the replacement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did so good in the span of one season or almost a season that he's moved on. Like, I don't know what people want.
Yeah,
and I know the joke that everyone busses with black goalkeepers can't just save there for their lives, but this is why Onene's never got a move. But
with me is I don't even care about, to me, world class whatever. Yes, we know there's world class players or whatever, but to me right now, a lot of it is just a tag. Do you know what I mean? I just want whoever's doing a job. My question I ask you is he doing a job? The job you need him to do, he's doing it. No problem. We move. That's not, to me, that position now is sorted for a few years. There's no need to focus there. Where we need to focus is we need to focus on the midfield and the attack. Maybe a striker in it. That's that. The goalkeeper now is, to me, is sorted. I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
So my question is, why is this a talking point?
Because no matter what Mendy does, there's certain people who always say, we need this, we need that. And the reason why I brought him up is because he made some massive saves. He kept us in the game. At halftime, we was leading, thanks to his big saves. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what you pay him to do. And I think, you know, for me, there was a time in the season where in the middle of the season, I tried to get him into the conversation of Team of the Year because he was going up there in terms of games played and clean sheets kept. He was up there. I think Martinez at Aston Villa certainly for me would just edge it because of where he is at what club. But I think Mendy's been top 3 goalkeepers in the league this season. And I think he gets a lot of disrespect maybe because he isn't got that world-class tag. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, don't get me wrong, I did say earlier on in the season we should go out and buy Martinez. But the reason why I said that, this is before we bought Mendy. It was that he was going to cost 15 mil and he was a good goalkeeper. But since Mendy's come in, Mendy's easily been top 2, top 3 goalkeepers in the league. And he's been one of the best in Europe. And remember, he's got the most clean sheets in Europe as well. Do you get what I mean? Let's not forget that. He's got the most clean sheets in Europe. And he's one clean sheet behind Ederson right now. That's how good this guy has been. So to me, it's just like, when I hear people talking, I'm just like, bro, like, shut up, man. That's simple. Shut up.
But you know, people say they look for a certain profile in goalkeeper. You know, Pep went into Man City, got rid of Joe Hart immediately. That's what this comment brings up here. But
that broke my heart, bro. Pep did not give. When I mean Pep came in, he was like, you don't use your feet, you're gone. And I was like, oh, bro, as a Man City fan at that period, we were pissed. We're like, you're not even giving him a chance. He's Joe Hart, he's done. And bro, I'm not gonna lie, looking back on it, he was right. He was right.
Pep knows what he's doing when it comes to goalkeepers. Like Victor Valdez, I ain't gonna lie, was a shit goalkeeper, like a shit. He was a rubbish shot stopper, but this man worked perfectly in Pep's system, and it worked. So when Pep knows what he wants, he knows what he wants. He's just gotta go with it, innit? You know?
Yeah, it's for me. Like I said, I don't think it's a priority. There's so many, you know. It's the same with the centre backs right now with the Rafael Varane thing. Even though, you know, a lot of people say, listen, he's world class as well. Is it a priority with the way that we're defending? Depends on if we change formation and whatnot. But for me right now, again, I wouldn't put that down as a priority. I think when a team's keeping clean sheets and defending this well, that's the last place I'm looking to sort out next season, especially when you see who's coming through the ranks as well. You've got so many young centre backs coming through. People say maybe we just need a solid backup goalkeeper because I don't think Kepa's a reasonable backup goalkeeper for what you have him on in terms of the wages. He might need that first choice, first team football for what the stature of goalkeeper he's meant to be. But apart from that, I don't really see too much into it. Away from Chelsea, Fulham, Man City obviously did their thing. Do you know what I'm saying? The all boys. Someone asked me as well, just quickly before we get onto that, why I've got the commodities down the bottom, the prices. Well, bro, this is the oil boys show. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just put that down the bottom, give you a little feel of the place. I'm gonna get a new intro soon. I'm gonna get the background changed. You got the thumbnail, so we're just teasing you in. This nice little thing at the bottom. Do you know what I'm saying? But Saj, talk to me about that win, because you said you had some thoughts on Aguero. Obviously, Aguero, yeah, he's obviously leaving, right? And he's linked with Chelsea a lot. And I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I keep saying, for me, I'd only take him on as a backup to Giroud, a replacement for Giroud, because I don't think, not because he's not a good player, but because you can't rely on him fitness-wise. It would be stupid.
Again, though, but this is the thing, like with these finish, man. Great finish, right? Which one do you want to talk about? The Champions League game or the weekend game?
The weekend game.
Bruv, my question is, with Aguero, is no matter where he's gonna go, how much he's gonna cost you, bruv? Because he's not gonna be on Giroud wages. He's just not. It's just not gonna happen. So, are you willing to afford the, let's say, 170k he was gonna want? 150k. Like, what amount of money are you willing to pay Aguero a week?
Me
to get into the club? Yeah, either of you.
My thing is not about, again, it's just about his fitness, because he hasn't really been consistently fit for years now at Manchester City, and we've seen you guys very on and off, very inconsistent fitness wise, and I'm all about availability is your ability. Like, obviously, I love a baller when I see one, but if you're not available, then you're of no use to us at that point. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I can trust Aguero's fitness, and that finish over the weekend just goes to show you don't lose that. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's natural, man.
He's a natural finisher. Do you know what I mean? The backlift that he got on that shot, and again the accuracy. I don't think I've seen a Chelsea striker shoot like that since.
That's muscle memory, really. I think when it comes to Aguero, it's just his mind needs to catch up with his body, innit? That's all it is. I think his body is in a weird place health wise, and Aguero's great, bro. It's just it hurts me to say that, bro. Just how often are we gonna get to see you play in a season, bro?
Yeah, because that's it. The reason why everyone's linking him to Prem teams is because he's obviously chasing them records. I think he's one goal away from equaling Rooney in terms of most goals scored at one club in the Premier League, and then obviously he's chasing a couple other records as well. Monstar, what did you make of him? Because that finish kind of woke everybody up a bit, because it's been a while. Do you know what I'm saying? It's been a while since we've seen him hit the back of the net like that.
Yeah, the thing is, class is permanent. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't go away, innit? Like, sometimes they, even if a player is gone, they're always going to produce those kind of moments every here and then. You saw it with Higuain at times when he was at Chelsea, where he produced some moments of brilliance. Like, on the real, he did. Like against Brighton, where he got some nice chances in the right positions, and he produced brilliant moments. But with Aguero, I don't think Aguero's necessarily finished. He's not been fit. If you ask me, will I take him on listen, remember, Chelsea are most probably going to lose Aguero, Giroud and Tammy.
Yeah.
They're losing both of them. Yeah. Why wouldn't I take Aguero as a backup striker?
Yeah, but the wages, just the wages. I think the thing with City
takes a wage cut like Thiago Silva did. That's the thing.
I don't think Aguero. I think Aguero's like, all right, cool. Man's got one more big move, and then after that, it's curtains pretty much in terms of making big boy money. And Man City's like prerogative is like, bruv, you're not playing enough for us to justify the amount of money we're paying you at the age you are. And I think that's just it is. I think if Aguero was like, all right, cool, man's going to take half my wage, we'd re-sign him. But then I think Man City's like, all right, cool, we're trying to build up something for the future. Let's take the money that we're allocating to him and invest somewhere else. Yeah. And that's just what it is. Yeah. I can see the Barca thing happening if Messi stays. I really can, bro.
See that happening too.
I can.
Yeah. It's an interesting one. I mean, obviously, you guys were, that was a big game for you to wrap up the title, and potentially whatever happens tonight, Liverpool, Man United, that didn't go ahead. So I don't even know when that game's being replayed.
This week, next week, it is what it is, bro. We spoke about this. I would prefer if it was a draw, if I'm correct.
Yeah,
we got to play Chelsea next week.
What did I tell you about that? Oil boys got to stick together. Let's get you wrapped up.
It's all fun and games now until the Champions League final,
wrapped
bro.
up in cotton wool. Do you know what I'm saying? Win that title and just
you lot
let
are
it be done.
struggling, bro.
Do you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about us. Just next game.
It's all fun and games until the Champions League final, and then
bro, the game. You need the points.
Nah, say you take the piss, bro. Like, listen. At the end of the day, yeah, you man know how lucky you were to beat PSG in that game. A cross went in, and the second one was
I'm gonna be
the
real.
wall even hold its own. The wall was so like
it was flimsy. It was flimsy. Like, bro. But this is the thing, yeah. PSG are a weird team, bro. That first half was a massacre, and it goes to show we need a striker, bruv. I don't know who, bruv. Kevin De Bruyne at false 9, brother. No disrespect, and it's gonna hurt me to say this. That shit was a fucking mess, bruv. It was a mess, bruv. Seeing Kevin De Bruyne trying to run for balls and do no. We need a striker, bruv. We need PSG. Oh, such a weird team, bruv. They were raping us in the first half.
Pause,
Sorry
bro.
if I use that word. Pause. I don't want to
Christ,
offend anyone.
what the hell?
Don't want to offend anyone.
Did I just get you off the streets, or do you not know YouTube's code of conduct?
My apologies. But they were doing damage, and once they scored the goal, it was kind of like PSG have this weird like nonchalantness to them when they're up, and I felt like I thought they were going to come out and do what they did in the first half, and I was nervous, and it kind of just like, oh, we got to go, we've won. And I was like, but there's 45 more minutes of football to happen. And it kind of just seemed like they didn't care, bruv.
Yeah.
And then it kind of was just like, oh, we've won. Let me just pass it around for 45 more minutes and we'll capture it. Like, this isn't League One, bruv. This is a Champions League, bruv. Like, you got to play hard for the whole time. And then we got a couple lucky breaks, I'm not going to lie. Kevin De Bruyne's goal.
You know that was a cross,
not Kevin De Bruyne.
That was a cross, right?
Let's not be biased here, because I was hoping Big Steve would be able to join us just so I could get his shamelessness in here too, because I know you two did say you were gonna win. Fair enough. Do you know what I'm saying? You were very confident going into the game, but let's have it right. Them 2 goals that you scored were jammy goals. Do you know what I'm saying? And
I thought the Mahrez goal was.
And I think then again, then De Bruyne getting man the match, it's like they weren't watching the match. Let's just keep it a buck.
I'm not gonna name it. Neymar was amazing in that first half, bro.
No, I want him to admit. No. First of all, I want I want Sage to admit those 2 goals were fluky, bro.
Bro, we wouldn't have needed those goals. If Phil Foden did what he was meant to do, bro, we wouldn't have needed that, bro.
Were they fluky goals, bro?
The first goal was fluky. I admit the first one. Okay, all right, both of them. The Mahrez, I'm not gonna lie. When the Mahrez one went in, bro, I couldn't believe it, bro. And I was just PSG. It's, I don't know. It's like when they're down, yeah, like the whole team's down, and they just get in like a negative space, bro. And then they started committing weird fouls for no reason. Then it was Idrissa Gueye, if I'm correct, or Pedreva. Yeah, just a red card. And I was just like, I just didn't. And then Neymar and Mbappe for like the last 10, 15 minutes did this. Oh, we're only gonna pass to each other and no one else type deal. And I was just like, that's not how you're going to win the game. And I was just, bro, I'm really like, at the end of 90 minutes, bro, I was like...
It's mad. I'm actually, if obviously I'm not overlooking Real Madrid, and I'm not, at least, we've got to get past them first, hopefully, innit?
Yeah.
But I'm actually confident if we play Man City, because their front line is really struggling so bad. They have been struggling, like, maybe second half of the season, like, or
since Gundogan kind of stop pumping in the goals on that run.
Yeah, they're like they are struggling for goals. Like, what is going on? It's actually quite mad. Like,
there's no natural striker, bro. It's kind of very similar to us, where in a different type of way, because obviously I think Man City are a bit more incisive and their decision making is a lot better.
Oh my god!
I swear, bro.
Listen, we're all grown adults here. Let's just let that brother. I don't know how you got time in your life,
bro. These alias accounts.
Listen, I've got too much football to discuss to be giving these men airtime. When it comes to Man City, they're very incisive with their passing, and I think their decision making is very solid as well. So they create more. I mean, Chelsea create very clear cut opportunities, but I feel like Man City can walk it in. Do you know what I mean? They know how to make the final pass. Whereas Sad, you need to grow up a little bit.
Bro, it's not. What do you mean, bro? Who's making these accounts?
Have you never been on YouTube before? Jesus,
nah, bro. But it's such a question. Quickly, are these accounts like pre-made or are they making them as
bro? They make them as we're going along because they have no life, bro.
How quickly are they making these accounts?
They're very sad individuals with big psychological issues that they need to address at home. They need to address them. Do you know, this is what lockdown's done to man them. Do you know what I'm saying? But for me, I've seen this too many times. Do you know what I'm saying? I've seen this too many times. But before you break up my convo one more time, when it comes down to Man City, I just feel like they walk the ball in better than everyone. Do you know what I'm saying? They're very, very good at that. If there's a final decision to be made and a final pass, they get it done. Whereas Chelsea, in the final 10, 15 meters, we can make the wrong decision or we can be a bit lackadaisy. If you look at that stat, I think Pep Guardiola, like the most goals scored since he's taken charge of Man City. Man City's team has scored the most goals out of any team in this league since he's taken charge. And he's not always relied on Aguero. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we said, last 2 years, he's kind of gone AWOL a little bit. So when it comes down to Man City, they just seem to be able to just adapt, whether it's playing a midfielder in the false nine or whatever, they get it done.
But it was clear, bro. This striking situation needs to be resolved.
Yeah.
And do you think that maybe, I don't know, for some reason I've got a feeling, does Pep not really rate Aguero anymore? Like,
bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought he would have started this game. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm really not sure.
He needs someone to press from the front. And
also,
you can't rely on Aguero fitness.
I'm gonna call something else out that I didn't like with Pep, bruv. So when they went down to 10 men, yeah, bruv, Pep, there was 10 minutes, and I was like, please, for the love of Jesus Christ, put on Gabriel and Aguero. We have a chance. We're only 1 goal up, bruv. I know there are away goals, but still, we're only 1 goal up, and it looked like PSG just kind of stopped playing. I was like, please go forward. Put players that will go and try and score another goal, bruv. And he just didn't do it, bruv. And it was so confusing to me, bruv. I was like, I didn't understand, bruv. Because it looked like PSG stopped playing. And I was like, all right, cool. If we can get a 3rd goal here, it's wrapped up. And I know Mbappe didn't have a good game, but this is the thing. Like, it's not. I'm not here saying, oh, yeah, we're definitely going to make it to the final, because that's just not realistic, bruv. Anything can happen in that second half. And if Mbappe gets on form or gets, like, firing from early, bruv, it could be a long night for us.
And you're not saying that because you and Steve were coming on smoke.
No, I was happy. No, don't get twisted. No, I still think we're gonna go through, but bruv, like to say, oh rah, like it's dead and gone, done. No, that's crazy.
It's not done.
It's not
done until
no way, bruv.
Not with the attackers they have.
No way, bro. Yeah, no way. This is why I was so confused. I was like, put attackers on that would try and get another goal.
But to be honest, you got a good result. Do you know what I'm saying? You got 2 away goals. You should be able to see it through from here. Chelsea, my feeling coming out that Madrid game, I wanted the scoreline that you got. Do you know what I'm saying? The way that we play, I think we played better than Man City played at PSG in terms of just being a bit more consistent throughout the match. In the performance, we definitely, for me, played
I watched
better.
your game.
But we played better. You didn't play well in the first half. You were awful in the first half.
The first half.
But we didn't have a full half. That's what I'm trying to say.
There was a point where we just absolutely bossed them. But I think towards the end of the game, I think Tuchel was like, you know what?
I'll take
the 1-1 and I'll close up shop. Which I see why he did that. You know, you don't want to. You guys remember if you remember the Wolves game against Lampard, where we ended up losing in the end. Maybe we should have just taken the 1-1 rather than committing everyone forward and then losing all the points in general. So Tuchel, sometimes he just plays it smart, closes up shop. You take the 1-1 and you go back to Stamford Bridge. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
Just go through some super chats. Pray for the rivals. Love from Finland. Much love, my guy.
Big up, bro.
Big up yourself. I did a couple streams ago. I did like where everybody's from, and it was nuts. It was actually crazy. I said that Obi-Wan says I said that who loses between City versus Chelsea in the FA Cup wins the Champions League. However, now I'll switch it to the league match and hope karma ain't real. my man's been trying to create juju in the atmosphere. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? For me, I'm not thinking about that. We have to obviously get to the final first, and then we can talk in it, because our job You guys know my stance on this game. For me, this game is on a knife's edge, especially with, I think Hazard had a good game over the weekend.
It was all right, but he played central attacking midfielder.
Do you know what it is? People
overhyping it.
I think people I've watched.
It was one. Do you know what they're overhyping over? The back heel. It's the back heel. They see one back heel and they're jizzing their pants, man. Like, people relax, bro.
When it comes to the Real Madrid team, Ramos will be back. This is not the next Real Madrid team that you play. Yeah, it's not going to be the Real Madrid you played before, bruv.
No,
they're going to be better. They're going to be better.
They're going to be better. I don't know if Mendy's definitely back. He was a doubt 50. Like, he was kind of like on the peripheral, on the fringes. You're not too sure. People are saying he could be, might not be. He's working his way back to it. I think.
Say Mendy's out. Who starts?
Huh?
Say Mendy's out. Who starts?
Marcelo's got
Marcelo's out, isn't it?
He's got jury duty. So
is that confirmed? Are we 100%?
Yeah. Well, they tried to obviously get him out of it, but I think it's
a legal requirement, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a legal requirement. So it got me thinking. Imagine if we got to the final and they said Mason Mount, you got jury duty. I'd be like, what? We need to go and kidnap that brother. There's no way you're telling me that you're going to be doing that when it's Champions League final. But it's to the government. It's a job, innit? And we got it happens in everybody's employment.
Oh yeah, Varane got injured as well, didn't he?
Apparently, yeah. So that's what someone's saying about team news from Madrid. I think Varane said, so Varane said that it doesn't look too serious, but he did pick up an injury. So he could be back, might not be, we don't know. Ramos,
so what are they going to do? 3 at the back or 4 at the back?
I have no idea, because if Ramos is back, I don't see why they wouldn't change back to a 4. I think they were doing a 3 while Ramos was out, but if Ramos is back, I don't see why they wouldn't change back to a 4 at the back. And
Milito was pretty good in the first game, though, to be fair.
Huh?
Milito was pretty good.
Yeah, Militao.
Sorry, bro.
He was solid. He was solid.
He was nice. He was nice.
And since then, they've signed. Is it David Alaba? They've confirmed now as well. They're bringing.
Yeah, but that's not next season.
I know this is way off topic, but I have to ask, right? Where the hell does that brother fit? Because he's playing
centre back.
Can he? Okay, actually, no. To be fair,
Ramos is leaving at the end of the season.
Yeah, as in the Spanish league, he can probably get away with playing.
More likely than.
Yeah, Ramos is most probably leaving, and Varane still hasn't signed a contract. So now, as of right now, he's leaving. As of right now, that could change if he signs, but as of right now, he's leaving. It looks like.
So Alaba, and Militao in the centre back. I remember when Mascherano played centre back for Barcelona. You can get away with it in that league, I think, a little bit more.
Yeah, so did Alex Song. I swear Alex Song.
Yes, he did.
Barcelona.
Barcelona were moving a bit mad back then. Yeah, they were signing DMs and putting him at centre back a lot. So yeah, that's an interesting one. But I mean, Saj, I want your outside perspective on this Champions League game, Chelsea versus Real Madrid. What do you think is going to transpire? Because people are second guessing whether they should play Werner to keep that Real Madrid defense second guessing.
That Pulisic, I'm not gonna lie, that Pulisic goal was amazing, bro. I didn't really think that was a great piece of individual skill. You lot were pretty good, bro. From what I watched, the problem is the goals, bro. You're just gonna need a goal or two, bro. Like Real Madrid, like they were great in midfield, but bro, when it came to like their final third play, it wasn't anything spectacular. Of course, Real Madrid are going to be pretty good from set pieces, of course. And again, it was just like individual pieces of like great play. Even like Militao's like Militao. Am I saying that right? Militao, yeah. He had a great double save, like a double like tackle. When I think it was Mason Mount he was in, and it was looking like he was gonna pass the score, and it was a very even game, bro. For you to go through, I just need to know where the goals are going to come from, bro. I know that's such a simple thing to say when it comes to Chelsea, but it really was. Like, were good. Just didn't put away the chances that you had.
The goals with Chelsea this season since Tuchel's come in, they've always one way or another come. So I believe
your defense is great, though.
To me, since Tuchel's come in, probably it's up there with the best in Europe. Do you know what I mean? So it's you're right about the goals. We're not finishing, but at the same time, ain't City going through the same thing? So I think the goals will come from somewhere. Just where, innit?
With Man City, the one thing I'll say, I think our lack of goals is supplemented by just relentless pressure.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's how
breathe.
Yeah, bro. Because if we're going to talk about the Wolves game where Wolves scored and then I think it was 1-1, and then the only reason Man City won is because for the last 10 minutes we just threw them forward, bro, and we just kept putting balls in the box. And I feel like that's cool and that's great, but like that's not always going to work. And I feel like
especially not against very dangerous teams, like on a counter attack.
Mm.
You
And
saw how Chelsea won. It was yeah.
I think this front three against Real Madrid is going to decide the game for us personally, because I think midfield, we know what we're doing. We know what we're up against. We've done it in the first game, but we know it's going to be difficult again. Defense, we know that's been the foundations of our success under Tuchel. What front three we go with and how they play is going to be whether we go in to the final or out of this competition in the blink of an eye. And I'm talking, I don't even think it's going to be... I think after the first 20 minutes, we're going to know if we're going through or not, in my opinion, because I think if either this attack's on it or they're not. And I think tactically, people will say you can play Werner because you know a lot of the strengths that we've been talking about. He's going to keep defenders on their toes. He's going to keep them busy. He's obviously making runs into the channel. You have to play your offside trap a lot higher. You have to drop it back a lot if you're going to deal with him, because you know him behind. He's a big threat and he's going to create opportunities. But I can't afford for him to be missing chances in this game because we have to win. And this is where the catch-22 comes from, because you know he's going to create opportunities, but if he doesn't take them, what's the point? You've seen Kai Havertz over the weekend be a lot more clinical. Can you get him into the team? Christian Pulisic is basically on his playoff Pulisic type thing right now, so he has to play. And Mason Mount has to play as well. So out of those four, because I don't think Ziyech will start in this for me. I personally wouldn't. Hudson-Odoi is definitely not going to. So I think, and obviously we know the two strikers don't get a look in. So I have to put you on the spot, Monstar. Mount, Havertz, Werner, and Pulisic. Which three would you be picking for that game? Because those are the only three in it, really.
Same as the last Real Madrid game. Mount, Werner, and Pulisic. It has to be those three. Yeah, I wouldn't start Havertz in this game.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Pulisic to me has to start. He's in the form. He's back. He's in the form of his life at the moment. He's looks back to he's playoff Pulisic, in it. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Werner will trouble their defense with his runs and things like that. And obviously, I wish he was scoring, but also Mount. We all know Mount has to start. Simple as that. Mount has to start.
He's your best player right now.
He's our best player right now. Yeah, he has to start. So it's those three. It's those three.
Mm. Someone said Carvajal, Lucas, Vasquez, I'm guessing. Yeah, Vasquez is out. Is he out? Isn't he? Is he out?
I have no idea.
He was out in the last game, I swear. He was. He's been out.
I'm not even sure. I think I did hear he was out. Yeah, Marcelo and Mendy may be out. Yeah, and obviously Varane add to that as well. Yeah. Another super chat here saying thanks. How would you feel if we went out, bro? I would be devastated, fam. I would be so depressed. I can't lie to you. Like, I've built this game up in my head for way too long now. Do you know what I mean? Ever since we were drawn against them. Because for me, if this was Bayern Munich, I would have already said this is just a free hit, innit? We know who the better team is. Like, you know who the better team is. If we go for it, it's a bonus. If we don't, it's a learning curve. But because it's Real Madrid, and I've seen the way Real Madrid started the season so sluggishly, and they're not the Real Madrid that won the three Champions Leagues in a row. They don't have Ronaldo. They don't have Bale. Hazard's not on the thing either. The midfield is aging. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're coming towards the end of their cycle in terms of dominance of European football. With that team, they're gonna have to go again. And I feel like because we actually have I'm not gonna lie to you, on God, if Lampard was in charge, I wouldn't be that confident in it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, you can see a big game record this season. Tactically, he just wasn't of this level. But with Tuchel in charge, I think tactically we have the upper hand. I think Tuchel's the better manager over Zidane, and I think our team and our squad, player for player, I think we can go toe-to-toe with them. The only thing they beat us on is experience and know-how in this competition. But across the board, I think we've got a team to go up against them. So if we go out, man, I'm going to be devastated. I know, obviously, expectation-wise, but what are you saying, bro?
If we go out, it will be sad for all of us. It will be sad. I guess that's what it will be. But we won't be angry because at the end of the day, to me anyway, and the Peter on my channel, what we always said is we would have been happy with a quarterfinal finish.
Yeah.
Now, to be staring down the barrel of a final finish or even winning it is amazing. And I would listen, if we did go out, it would be a shame. But I would still clap for the players and be very happy with what they have achieved, because I didn't think they will get this far. Do you know what I mean? Because they're a young developing team. But kudos.
Let me
kudos
ask
to
you a
them.
quick Monster. What I asked Tish yesterday. Win, lose, or draw for the rest of the season, Tuchel stays or goes?
Yes, stays.
Okay.
I think he's going to get the top 4. We still got the FA Cup, which I think he will win as well. And it's down to the Champions League. That's if you consider where we were a couple of months ago, he has done a brilliant job, a brilliant job. And the only way is up. The only way is forward, isn't it? So I think he's done a great job.
Yeah, no, I echo that, man. Like, obviously, Saj said, I said that yesterday on Space. I just think, for me personally, I don't think I can't see him screwing it up anyway to the level that you're talking about, where he has to lose every game. What then? That's not going to happen for me. It's not possible.
I didn't say that. Remember, someone in the group was like, if Tuchel loses the FA Cup, he loses Champions League, and he doesn't get top 4, does he still stay as manager?
Yeah, he has to, for me, because I've seen progression. Do you know what I'm saying? It's all about progression.
That's not going to happen, though.
It's not going to happen.
I've
seen progression. I've seen too much progression from this team. And I've seen where he can possibly take it. And like I said, I think people are maybe getting the wrong idea about Tuchel, that he's boring or pragmatic or negative. He's not, for me, he's not what I saw from Conte. And especially when I saw that Fulham game, because he could have easily said to himself, oh, we're going to go like really defensive with a 3-5-2. It sounds defensive. I've seen Conte play Bakayoko, Kante, and, I don't know who else in that midfield, but like three DMs. Do you know what I mean? I've seen it before. I've seen, was it Mourinho or Conte who played Zuma at holding midfield? I can't remember. But those are principles of a defensive manager. You don't play Zuma in holding midfield if you have a hint of progressive about you. Pep wouldn't dare play Kurt Zuma at DM. Do you know what I'm saying?
Leon. Everyone forgets Leon last season.
Big up to Antonio Conte. He's gone and ended Juve's 9-year run of dominance. That's crazy.
And he's playing 2 strikers.
Yeah, 2 strikers. 2-striker system. Lautaro and Lukaku, it works very well. But Lukaku's got that Zlatan to Mourinho vibe where he'll run through brick walls for Conte. Do you know what I mean? Like
Lukaku is Conte's illegitimate black son, bruv. The way this man, I've never seen a white man embrace a black man as heavily as this, bruv. But remember, that was his like signing, in it. That was his cool. He went against the board. He's like, I don't want to be the manager. I don't give a shit about this, that, and the third. If I can't have Lukaku, and Lukaku's come good, bro.
He has. He's delivered. Do you know what I'm saying? They'll get a set piece goal. They have mad men on it. Sergio Ramos, I guess you're alluded to for Zid when it comes to them. Listen, I can't say that Chelsea won't keep a clean sheet, because that's what we're about. Do you know what I mean? So it wouldn't be a surprise if we didn't. I just don't want us to go into the game looking for it. Go into that game like it's 0-0 and try and get a goal, because if we don't score first, I can't lie to you, I'm very scared about what can go wrong. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to have a 2009 Barcelona all over again, where they broke our hearts in the dying embers of the game.
Actually,
I do not need that again.
Sorry, bro.
Go on, Monstar.
Yeah, I was saying I don't want a Barcelona 2009 where we were looking like we were going through, and then a late Iniesta goal just ended it and broke all of our hearts. I don't want that again. Yeah,
100%. Because for me, I just feel like this team there, as much as they're doing very well, they are very fragile in the sense that they're always keeping teams in games, and it only takes, like you said, that bicycle kick against Porto or that long shot and it's lights out. Do you know what I mean? Because you cannot go, like someone said to me so many times, oh, 0-0 and the game's, the game's over. I'm not trying to see this team 0-0 with 10 minutes to go. I'm really not. Do you know what I mean? We have to score first. I keep saying that. I think the only time we haven't scored first was against Southampton, I think, and we drew. Every other game, I think under Tuchel, I think we've scored first. I haven't seen this team come from behind and win under Tuchel yet, because we haven't had to. We haven't had to because the defense has been so strong. But if
it's not worrying though.
It's not worry, because I don't believe that a team should have to concede in the first place. I think if you're good enough and you're set up right, Like Man United fans always look at why do we concede and then have to come from behind? Why can't we start the game properly?
Did we not come from behind against Southampton? I know we didn't win, but we drew that
Yeah,
game.
but we drew. But what I'm saying, we haven't ever come back to win. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And if we go behind against Real Madrid, 1-1 won't cut it because that's extra time. And the longer the game goes on 1-1, if they get a second, it's game over. So if you kind of technically do need to come from behind to win or go to penalties. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, I haven't seen that under Tuchel because we haven't had to do it. But I'm not trying to see this team concede first. So they need to get that first goal in the.
If you man go to penalties, you man will definitely lose.
Definitely.
I'll just point it out there.
It's possible. It's possible.
No, absolutely, bro. You man, if it goes to penalties, you man will definitely lose.
Why? Why? Who they got? Ramos,
Benzema. They've got penalty takers galore, bro. They just got clinical penalty takers, bro.
Kroos. Yeah, shit, it's mad.
They got penalty takers for days, bro.
Who would be taking?
Well, it's not confirmed that Ramos is back anyway. I just went on the Real Madrid's. Real Madrid. They said him and Mendy trained separately from the rest of the team, so they're not sure yet if they're going to be available in it. So we'll see. It looks like Valverde is definitely not going to be available. Is it Valverde? Yeah, I think Valverde is still. Yeah, it looks like he might not be available as well. Not definitely, but he might not be available as well. So they're still missing people. Yeah.
Big up Kingsley as well. Big up to the ladies team in the final. Good luck to them. Yeah, I heard they absolutely won. They battered Bayern Munich today. Was it Bayern Munich they absolutely battered today? Over the 2 games. Yeah.
Chelsea, they did. We lost. I think we lost the first leg and we battered them this one.
They battered this one. Was it like 6-2 or something? I heard.
Yeah, it was like 4-1.
I heard it was a madness, but yeah, big up to them, and hopefully we can follow in their footsteps and make the final as well. Because across the board, then that would be good looking. Let's talk about
the way you're acting like you watch female Chelsea football.
I didn't say that I did.
Shameful.
No, I really didn't say that I watched it. Just big up to them, innit? They play for the club. I don't watch it though. I really have to say that I don't watch it. I would never pretend to watch something I don't watch. Saj. Monstar, Man United. Obviously, the protest today. Did Gary Neville go off again? What happened there? Because I had an earlier super chat say that there was a madness going on.
I think the same thing happened in Arsenal as well.
What do you mean, Arsenal?
I think the man ran on the pitch for a hot sec.
No,
that was Man United fans.
It was Man United, right?
Man United.
Yeah, it was Man United.
Arsenal didn't run on the pitch.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
I mean, I followed the situation. I watched the videos and everything. It looked, if I'm not wrong, it looked like the stewards had just let them in the stadium. Like, that's what it looked like from all the clips I saw. It looked like the stewards just come in, and then man just went and chilled on the pitch.
Yeah, bro. It looked like it was like after the game or before the game by like 2 hours.
It was way before the game. Like before the game.
Like,
but they what were they doing? They tore down the corner flags. One man did a bicycle. I don't know if you saw the bicycle kick. He bicycle kicked the ball into the net like Wayne Rooney. It's funny. There was a kid on the net who someone kicked the ball at him.
Someone kicked the ball and he fell off in it.
He dropped in the air. Because maybe they might have done a little damage in on the pitch, hence why the game was postponed, didn't it?
I think someone said the COVID thing as well. They said that potentially that they've broken into the bubble, so that is a little bit of a worry potentially as well. Yeah,
I don't know the exact reason why they didn't have the game. They maybe because obviously before what they were doing, they were inspecting the pitch. So I'm guessing when they inspected the pitch, they felt it wasn't deemed good enough maybe to play the game, innit? So it is what it is. I guess the game's postponed now. I really wanted to watch the game. Like, I was waiting at work.
I'm a Man City fan, so bro, this is gravy to me, bro.
Yeah. I was just waiting, hoping that game's gonna go on, but it didn't happen. So yeah, it is. I really wanted to watch that game, but it didn't happen.
Throwing camera equipment and whatnot. I mean, it did get a bit violent. It did, like someone's, they tried to say it was peaceful. It wasn't really peaceful. Let's be real. It wasn't Arsenal's protest or Man United's last week or Chelsea's the week before. It was definitely a bit more aggressive. There was a steward that had a cut as well, an image going around online with a massive cut under his eye, which was bad.
Yeah, there were a couple fights as well. Like I think someone had felt. I remember watching a video of them. There's a video. I don't know what the video just disappeared though. There's a video of a scrap between two factions of the United fans And one of them, one faction of them, they put a flag on one of the statues, and the other fans weren't feeling that, and they just started scrapping in it. But that was early on. That was early on.
So
But
what did they gain from this? Nothing.
listen, they.
PR.
I guess they wanted to let the Glazers know that they're here. Do you know what I mean? They want to let their presence be known. Do you get what I'm saying?
You like the Glazers are at the stadium, bro. These money ain't never been to the stadium ever.
I don't listen personally. I don't know.
They've never been to the Man United stadium.
But Saj, obviously, here on the Oil Boys, we're very happy with our owners. Do you know what I'm saying? We're very happy, sitting pretty, splashing the cash.
Okay, firstly, your owner can't even cut. Your owner can't even cut in the country, and my owner is just super duper corrupt. So we know what it is, bro.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we don't have no issue. We don't have
he
no
can't
issue.
come in the country. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we don't have.
Your owner couldn't cut to the country even if he wanted to, bro.
In the country. I'm not talking about going to games. We don't need him to come into the country. Really, it would be nice.
Your owner's like is sitting in Israel just chilling, bro. Yeah.
My owner's with Darren. You know what I'm saying? But I have to say, we don't have no issue because we're ambitious, we're spending, and hire and fire for Chelsea. If things are not going right, we're moving on. Do you know what I mean? We're not sentimental about anything, quite evidently. And your owner, he's changed the landscape of your football club. He's literally turned you from a mid-table team into Premier League champions, Carabao Cup,
mashallah,
worshippers, Champions League final potential. So we can't really have that energy. But I have to say, because what you was about to allude to is what's the point? If you was an Arsenal fan or a Man United fan, would you be able to sit here and say that you could just firm all this bullshit? Or,
bro, but it's been this way for so long now, bro. Like the Cronkies and the Glazers, this situation, like all the United fans selling that Ed Woodward said he's gonna cut at some point. All right, cool. And then the Glazers was just appoint someone else. This is, bro, you still got the same power structure and change. Just because a figurehead changes or two here and there, that's cool. Like unless the Spotify deal can go through with the owner of Spotify, then there might be some change. But outside of that, I just don't know what they're expecting, bruv. You had the whole saga with Kroenke and the whole last few seasons of Wenger, and then everything since. Just because I'm gonna say this might sound a bit like this might sound a bit disrespectful, bruv. Like their main concern with Kroenke is that Kroenke wasn't spending any money. Kroenke has spent some money since then. Just because the money was mismanaged and they bought dud players.
That's the same thing with United, you know.
That's on Arsenal, bruv.
Yeah, United to spend money too.
Yeah,
they spent
just
but they just mismanaged with the funds. Yeah.
Like I don't.
You're paying 80 mil for Harry Maguire. Like, are you serious?
72 mil for Pepe, bro. What? Come on, bro. You just mismanaged the funds.
That's all it is. But the thing is as well is I keep telling them like you can't just say get out my club.
It's not easy.
Your club.
Yeah,
it's their club.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And if
nobody's trying to hear that. Do you know what I'm saying? Nobody's trying to hear that. It's
no one.
You know what I'm saying? It's a community.
And it's the same. There's a faction of Chelsea fans who don't. I'm not going to mention no names, but there's a faction of Chelsea fans who don't like the board, and you've heard what they've said about Roman. You know what I mean? You know, a couple of them saying we should be kicked out of Europe, idiots, deduct points, and blah blah. There's still that because of obviously what happened to Frank Lampard, innit? But I keep telling people, Roman has. You say you put all your money in this and that. There's no one in this club, no supporter that has put more money into this club than Roman Abramovich. No supporter has put more money into this team than Roman Abramovich. If we're talking about the biggest legend in Chelsea history, I'm sorry, to me, it's Roman.
Let's be clear, though. Let's be clear, though. Roman needed to get the money out of Russia, bro. And that's a whole nother story.
We ain't talking about that.
This guy always has to make it political. Why can't you just dial it down? Just dial it down. You've already had a mayor with one moment on the street. Just dial it down.
You know what I mean? Like if Roman's the one that brought success to this club, I know what this club was before Roman was here. We were. Where were we? During those times, we were always like 6th, 5th, the occasional 4th place, occasional. sixth, fifth, always getting spanked. But I remember used to go into Highbury and even at Stamford Bridge, and at Arsenal were just spanking us. They were using us for fun. Traveled to Cardiff for the FA Cup final in, I think it was 2002. We got, was it 2002 or 2003? I can't exactly remember. We got
2003.
touched by Arsenal 2-0. Ray Parlour and I think it was Freddie Ljungberg. Like that was a regular occurrence, you know, just watching Chelsea during that time. When Roman came in, he just brought another beast out of Chelsea, and this is the team that we see today. And I see certain of these fans talking, and some of them are older fans, so they were around before Roman, so they know what it was like. I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked.
Do you know what I will say? Yeah, is once he bought the club, yeah, he could have invested very little money after that. But this brother, he sunk peas into the players, and you have to really respect that part. After he bought the club and took on the debt, he could have just, I've got another revenue of money now that I can swivel my money through, and that could have been it. He bought stars to that club, bruv.
Thank you.
He did. I remember.
He tried to bring the biggest stars. Like, I remember when the Mourinho's always talk about he wanted what's it called? Roman wanted Ronaldinho, but Mourinho was like, nah, Roman, don't bring Ronaldinho, bring Drogba. And Roman was like, who's this? He's like, don't worry, Mr. Abramovich, don't worry.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Bring Drogba, don't speak. Just bring me Drogba, don't speak.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like the man has always wanted to spend peas on players. He's doing it right now. So I don't know what Chelsea fans' problem is. Yes, they got it wrong with the Super League, but they pulled out. Simple. We move on. I don't want to hear anything anymore. I'm sorry.
It's very catch-22 because I feel like Chelsea fans the very small pool of Chelsea fans that you're talking about that don't really want Roman at the club or whatever, they want changes at the board. Those are the same fans that will speak about loving the Champions League success and Premier League titles, but then they kind of want it to return to the old days where we were selling the bridge for £1. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't have your cake and eat it. Do you know what I mean? Money, the money comes into the game, so obviously other things will come in as well. You can't have the money but get rid of the man. Do you know what I'm saying? He's the man with the money. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't have it all. So it's quite I don't know. It's very
very hypocritical.
But he's made your club way more financially stable. He's added value to your club.
Yeah.
The thing is, what's mad is that when they ask a certain person, how do you feel about the hiring and firing of managers? And that gentleman said, it's what helped. It's what worked for us.
Yeah.
And it's helped us, and it's what's worked for us, and we won trophies with it. But then when Frank Lampard was sacked, I don't like the hiring and firing of manager. The board is a disgrace and blah blah
this
blah
is what
blah.
Chelsea do.
Yeah, but Saj, because it was Lampard, people thought that things had changed because Lampard was in charge. They thought
this is what helps you lot stay afloat.
They thought because Lampard was in charge, times had changed, and we weren't going to sack people, and we weren't going to do this, and we weren't going to do that. And because Lampard was sacked, and they felt like they were lied to, or they were sold dreams, they wanted suddenly to rip up the foundations of what Chelsea have been built on under the Roman era and start complaining about it. I mean, if you're gonna complain about what has brought us all this success, then hand back the trophies, big man. Do you know what I mean? If you don't want them, then hand them back. But for me, I always said that was people when it came to that situation were speaking with their hearts, and they were and then some people were too afraid to speak their mind because of the backlash that they would get because of the fact that it was him. Because
you always hear people say no one person is bigger than the club. Does that not apply to Lampard?
Until that man comes, you know what I'm saying? And then suddenly he's bigger than the club. Yeah, like I said, I spoke to you already. I was having arguments in my own household. If we finish 10th, he should still stay. I said, what? What are you talking about? Do you know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense. You're not being objective. You're being emotional. You're being irrational. And that same lenience was never afforded to the manager before or the manager before him or the manager
you remember what they were bro, even I told you, I went to the protest, they were still screaming F sorry, bro. Like, the man won a trophy and finished third, had a very good defensive record, and you man still disrespected him, yet the man that was doing way worse than him, You lot, I don't even know, man.
It's all emotion. It's all emotion.
That's English incompetency at its finest, though, isn't it, bro?
But this is why fans should not run the club. There you go. To circle on that point, this is why the 50+1 rule cannot work here. I know it's not actually how it works, but some people some people feel like if it's I've seen people on Twitter say if the 50+1 rule comes into action, all the Chelsea does are gonna run this club.
Bro, if 50+1 is, listen, we don't even have to get into it, but 50+1 is not gonna work out how people think it's gonna work out.
No,
like it's trust me, you don't want a 50+1. Do you know what I mean? If you it will get peak for certain teams.
It does
I
get
tell
peak.
you that. It will get very peak for certain teams. If you have 50+1.
A lot of people don't really understand the politics that actually happens in like Bayern Munich. A lot like the deep politics that happens in Bayern Munich. A lot of
bro, even you say Bayern Munich, the 50+1 rule is like that's people saying it works in Germany. It doesn't work because it allows Bayern Munich to have a monopoly over the freaking league.
But even more so than that, you can have like sporting directors overmine managers. This is like what happened in PSG with Tuchel, where Neymar, thank you, Neymar and flipping Mbappe. Anytime they had major problems, they wouldn't go to Tuchel. They would
go to the board.
go to Leonardo.
Exactly.
That became a problem. Everyone forgets when Neymar first went there. Remember the Cavani thing with the penalties?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Neymar thought he was above Tuchel. He didn't go to Tuchel. He just went straight to Leonardo, and it became a big issue because now the players are usurping the authority of the manager. And you saw this
was mad. The way Dani Alves ripped the ball off Cavani was Jesus Christ, man.
It was mad,
bro. And it was like, and then it was like a weired like double faction in PSG. Where you had certain man here and then you had the Brazilian set over here.
It was like, I can't even say South Americans because they're all South American, but it was very weird. Like Neymar and Dani Alves versus like, it's very political. Very political.
It was stupid.
Yeah. Michael saying people actually thought we were going to spend 200 million and wait for Frank to figure out LMAO. I think the only reason why I bring him up because like
never going to figure it out.
Never.
Yeah, I don't like to just bring him up randomly. But I saw a lot of people now that we've reached the semi-finals, they want to obviously give Lampard credit and say we wouldn't be here if he didn't reach top 4, and we wouldn't be here if he didn't get through the group stage. And that's all well and cool, innit? That's all well and good. But when Di Matteo won the Champions League, I didn't hear anybody tweeting about VS Boas and saying, "Oh, he got us through the group stage." I didn't hear that kind of like reflection going on. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know who got us in the top 4 the year before VS Boas came into the club.
It was Hiddink, wasn't it? I think
Was
when Scolari got sacked and then Hiddink took over temporarily.
I was like,
I didn't see like Hiddink getting. Do you know what I mean? I just think it's just all very like them just trying to shove it down your.
Or was it Carlo? Okay, people are saying it was Carlo.
Was it Carlo? Okay, yeah. I don't know. You just don't get this revisionism with anybody else, or it's just not
weird,
even revisionism. But you
weird,
don't get.
It's cultish, bro.
Bro, do you know what it is? I get it. I get it when I'm seeing a lot of these English players doing it because I get it. A lot of them are Frank Lampard's teammates.
Yeah,
in the England camp back in the day, innit?
Yeah.
But I'm saying I saw a big Chelsea account saying the same thing. I was like, bro, like you're smarter than this, man. Like, like sometimes I listen to I read some of these man's tweets and I listen to what they say, and sometimes I'm like, bro, I know you're more intelligent with this than this. Why are you coming up with such nonsense?
But I have to say, sometimes people will purposefully put out unintelligent shit to get the bite backs. So they know what they said was stupid, but because it's gonna then drum up some traction and some crazy shit in the comments, then you put it out. You just hit send and you say shit. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes I'm just like, bro, you're more intelligent than this, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, listen, when we drew Atletico Madrid, the day we drew Atletico Madrid, I think almost every Chelsea fan was like, we're out. Like, how is it that we struggled to get first place, yet we just drew Atletico Madrid? And we were like, bro, it's over. Like, we're out.
Yeah, I remember me and Matisse did a video and I was laughing, bro. I was like, you man.
Yeah, we watched the draw together.
Dunsky, bro.
We watched the draw together, I think.
Yeah, and I was like, you man are done, bro. When I thought it was Athletic, I was like, no way.
And if we're being honest, if he had stayed on, Like I do feel weird because it's Frank Lampard. I don't want to be. I don't want to sound disrespectful. I'm not trying to be disrespectful in any way, form, any way at all. But if Lampard was manager still, and we had gone against Atletico Madrid, we would have been finished. It would have been over. We would have been done. Trust me. Like it wasn't just about his management and his management skills. It was also that managers did not respect him. I read about how two managers in particular, when they practically laughed at the way he set up teams against their team. I don't know who it is, but I think it was Matt Law that said it, or was it Liam Toomey? I can't remember who exactly it was. But they said a couple of managers laughed at the way Frank Lampard set up his teams against him. Like they have zero respect for him as a manager. Zero. They don't think he's competent at all. Like they think he's shit. Like on a real. That's how much they respect him, bro. Seriously, bro.
It's going to be very interesting to see just how long people keep pushing that narrative. Do you know what I'm saying? I've seen someone else comment in the comment section who was saying, but obviously this team's a lot younger in comparison to the team that won it in 2012, and there's been a lot of player development, 100%. But I feel like the season prior where we finished in the top four, obviously 100% that team gets credit for finishing in the top four. But if you look at the way that we performed in the latter months and the way that we were really fumbling the bag, and even the season before that, I kept saying nobody wants top four, give it to charity. We didn't take command of the situation and finish top four like proper. Do you know what I'm saying? We really tried to fuck that up. Do you know what I mean?
I'm still gonna say you lot wouldn't have hit top four
at the end of that season.
Oh no one,
bruv. If that viral,
no one
other than
Liverpool can really be proud. No one other than Liverpool can really say that looking at their points total, they were good enough. Do you know what I'm saying? Really, with the way that people were moving last season, even Man City. How many points did you finish on in the end?
I think
7.
I think it was like
14 points. If I check.
I'm gonna hold this year. I still think if that break didn't happen, Leicester would have hit top four, bro. I think that break killed.
Really did do a reset
momentum, bro.
Last season was a weird one because even the 69 points was third and fourth got 69 points, and that's the lowest to ever even get in the top four ever, like since the Premier League.
Man City finished on 81 points.
How many points?
So it was just a weird season, and luckily for us we got in there, and we finished top four. But that's that. Last season's last season. This season's this season, and we are where we are because of the manager. Was it 66? 66 or 69?
We got 66 points last season, yeah.
60, okay, not 69, 66 points. Like literally, what are we on now? 61? Are we?
I think so. I'm gonna check. Hold on. This season we are on 61 points, yeah.
61 points so far. So literally we are 5 points off where we were last season. If we win 2 games, we've already gone past that, and we still got 4 games left, so we can get way past that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In 4th place, even though I think we'll finish 3rd. But it just shows you, man. It just shows you Lampard. Listen, what Lampard did last season was great, and we're happy. But now we try to move and do what we have to do. Whatever we got left. Simple as that.
This brother's making a good point. Got over the sacking better than these guys. He's good now. I'm looking forward to see what job he gets next, to be honest. And like I said, I want to see him develop properly as a manager and actually go up through the ranks. I remember there was a certain point where Gerrard was doing really well at Rangers, I think this season, and they tried it. The British media really tried it. They were like, so do you think that you'd be interested in taking the Liverpool job? And he was like, nope, Liverpool fans want Klopp to stay in a bit. Do you know what I mean? The British media...
It's suicide though, bro.
But look, we all know Gerrard's not ready for that Liverpool job, but the British media will try it because
the British media exacerbates people until they fail, bro.
I did question Henry Winter on this when he come on my channel. The British media are renowned for building up a brother and then
until they lose. Yes, bro.
Just building him up just so they can knock him down. And
I don't even say knock him down.
Mourinho.
I think they build people up so highly.
For players.
I think they build people up so highly, there is no way but down. They've done it. You see it all the time.
Purpose though, bro, because they're looking for that headline. Remember the level they built up Sterling. Sterling was doing very well at Liverpool, playing behind Sturridge and Suarez. But you can see there was still more developing to do. I think he was 18 years old. I'm saying he was very, very young. But the English media tried to build him up going into that tournament as the savior, as the Wayne Rooney, like the guy that's going to lead us to the thing. And then when he didn't do that, they just chopped him down.
But it's not even. But it's not even just like that. I was in my WhatsApp group this week, and man, are saying, "Rah, you know, they're like, you know, I'm starting to hate Phil Foden." I'm like, "Why? What did he do?" And they're like, "Bro, just the way the media speak about him, Mount, and a couple others, just like they're like these men. It's like these men can't do no wrong. Like these men are prime Gerrard and prime Lampard." I'm like, bro, but I'm like, you lot are hating young players for what the media is doing, bro. They haven't done these things, bro. They're not saying these things. They're not coming out and saying, I'm better than X, Y, and Z. They're just trying to play football. I was like, you can't put the media's expectation of these young ballers on them based on what the media, like, that doesn't make any sense. So I was like, how can you hate them?
I saw someone earlier, I think it was on TalkSport, they was doing this game where it was like, who would you take, Mbappe or Foden? And like, do you know what I'm saying? They were starting to try and do that comparison.
Stupid, bro.
And I was just like, yo, I'm not here for this. And they've done it with Mason Mount a bit as well. I think they compared one of these guys to Paul Gascoigne. I don't know who it was. It Foden again? Might have been. I don't know. I don't know who it was. But yeah, it's just you can see them trying to do it. Someone just said, watch Rooney relegate Derby. I swear they're going into the last day of the season. I think just one place above the relegation zone. I believe in the Championship, aren't they? Yeah. So Rooney's looking a bit peak. But we're gonna wrap up soon. I mean, we're gonna wrap up. But final thoughts, I guess. Firstly, Saj, obviously upcoming game against PSG. Next time we do this show is going to be next Sunday. Big Steve will be back, and you'll either be in the final or you won't be. How are you feeling, bro? Because obviously the league's wrapped up. This is all your season. Like, let's be real. Wednesday is your season. The Premier League's done.
Explain to me quickly. Sorry, we spoke about off here. Why did they switch the second week's round? So last week it was Chelsea, then Man City. Yeah. Who played?
Yeah, no.
Why did they switch?
We played last Tuesday. You played Wednesday.
No, they always do that.
They always do that.
They always do that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, always.
Because I was like, that didn't make any sense.
That's always been a thing in Europe. If you play this week on Tuesday, then next week you play on Wednesday. If you play this week on Wednesday, then the next week you play on Tuesday.
That's such a weird. It's weird though, bruv. I don't get it. My thing is this, bruv. It's not over till it's over. We did great in the first half, bro. Don't get it twisted. But, bruv, if Mbappe gets firing, that's going to be a problem because Mbappe was kind of neutralizing that first game. He just didn't really get onto it. Not like he could have.
Mbappe might not be fit.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, he picked up a knock in this weekend.
Well. Yeah,
he picked up a knock.
My thing is simple, bruv. Kevin De Bruyne can't be our number. Our false nine, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
So
please
would you start
play Gabriel Jesus, or please play Aguero, man. I don't know what's going on there, so I'm not going to talk too tough, bro. Please. And no long crosses to Mahrez, bro. He wasn't getting them in the first half. I don't know if you lot were watching the game. They were doing diagonal crosses to Mahrez, and he just wasn't getting the balls, bro. They were overhitting them. It just wasn't working, bro. Also, lastly, my God, Phil Foden wants to run with the ball. Can we play some free balls to Phil Foden, please? Please. He wants to run, bruv, but you man ain't letting him run. That's it. We're going through. Well, we'll see whoever we see in the final, though.
You're going through, yeah. You're putting your
We're going through. 100%.
All right. I'm gonna check what Fabrizio Romano. Someone said that Sarri's rejected Tottenham. He's going to Roma. I don't know how many men they need to get rejected by before they understand that they're not who they think they are.
I don't understand the Scott Parker thing, bro.
Scott Parker's been doing decent. Like,
decent, bruv. He's not a
top manager. Man.
He's not a top manager, in it. So it's like
it'll be a Lampard thing. What?
Yeah,
but you go from
Scott Parker played for Tottenham as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, for a hot second.
Yeah.
I remember
it wouldn't work though, man.
I had so much expectation for this guy for Scott Parker when he came Chelsea, and Mourinho came, and was like, "Get the hell out of my club." He just came and was like, "Nah, this guy ain't it." And Thiago Mendes came and showed these man levels, obviously with Makalele in it. But yeah,
underrated, bro. I've been reading up from Makalele. Underrated, bro. Yeah. Slept on player, bro.
Lukaku,
super slept on player.
There's a Lukaku quote from.
He's not leaving, bro.
Sky Sport. Yeah, I'm just gonna read it because obviously a lot of Chelsea fans have been linking us with Harry Kane, which I keep telling you is incredibly unrealistic because Daniel Levy don't deal with us, and then
you don't deal with London, man.
Yeah, and then Lukaku.
It's not even that. Even if they were to sell it, you're not paying anything less than 200 M's. 200.
I'd say 100.
200, bro. Because they don't want to get rid of him.
For us, the price goes up. They'll sell him cheaper to someone else. But for us,
they sold Gareth Bale for weren't he a record fee when they sold him?
Can we just say a little big up to Gareth Bale on the hat trick though?
Yeah, not really.
Right, you man are haters, bro.
Who's he playing? Sheffield United? Was it Sheffield United?
Yeah, he did his thing though, bro.
No, you can't get no flowers from me for that. Especially when you've been chilling all year. But when it comes to Harry Kane, like to Chelsea, for me, it's a non-starter because Daniel Levy's already shown he's not doing business with us. Tottenham fans will I keep saying this, and it's not even a joke. The money that we pay Tottenham for Harry Kane, they will have to spend that same money on rebuilding the stadium because Tottenham fans will set that thing on fire. 100% if he comes to Chelsea. They will set it on fire. They won't let it happen. So that in itself, for me, is a non-starter. And if you remember the Modric deal, they sold him to Real Madrid a year later for less than Chelsea the year before because they didn't want to deal with us.
I remember him being at the airport. I remember him, like the Sky Sports were covering him. It was practically looking like we were getting him. But Daniel Levy just said, no, that's not happening. It didn't happen.
Yeah. And then
we missed out on a great talent, man.
We really did, man. Imagine Modric at Chelsea. Holy shit.
That was never gonna happen.
I know. Well, you know what? That was a lot closer. That was actually because Modric wanted to join. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't moving. You know,
and that was the sitting on where he really sat on the bench for a hot second, innit?
Yeah. Modric, Harry Kane's more of like proper, like he's proper loyal to Tottenham. I think.
He's a fool, bro.
Yeah.
He's an idiot, man.
So just this quote from Lukaku to Sky Sports. I'm really proud to be an Inter player. I've a special feeling with this club. That's why I decided to celebrate around the city today with our fans. Obviously, they won the league today. Conte obviously taking Juventus off of their 9-year running streak. He's not planning to leave the club this summer. So, and Sanchez said this to me a lot behind the scenes. Why would Lukaku leave Inter Milan after they win their first title under Conte, who loves him? Conte, the same Conte that wanted to bring him to Real Madrid, to Chelsea, the same Conte. We couldn't get the deal done, so we got Morata because maybe Raiola was moving a bit mad and Mourinho, they couldn't get it done. So the same manager that's always wanted him, always loved him, always used him correctly, always rated him, because Lukaku is a big guy on if you rate me or not. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Lukaku, despite his run and how many goals he's putting in, certain men still don't rate him. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like, I don't think you understand. When he went to Inter, bruv, Conte was riding and dying with the board.
Yeah.
Like, it was, if you do not sign him, I'm not going to be your manager. Yeah. I will quit type situation.
Yeah.
And you have to repay that loyalty. More importantly, bruv, you're not going to take Juventus off their stoop. Juventus look vulnerable right now, bruv. Like, as in, if next year you lot caught Juventus in like the quarterfinals, you lot would be fancy to beat Juventus the way they are right now. Yeah.
Do you know what I would say though? Do you know what I'd say? To me, it depends on if Chelsea are willing to, how much are they willing to offer? If Chelsea offer something big,
say Chelsea offer
100, say Chelsea offer 110, 120. Do you see Inter Milan turning that down?
The thing though is Inter Milan have so many dispensable midfielders that they can sell. Like man that are like on the fringe of the team, like Perisic.
They ain't selling Perisic for anything.
He doesn't play though. He doesn't start. The only reason that Perisic is back
gonna get for Perisic, but remember they loaned him.
Killing it last season.
Recently. Didn't they
killed it last season? Yeah, to Bayern. Yeah, the only reason that he never got sold on the permanent is because they didn't want him in the end.
They didn't want him.
Yeah, but he's a boy. He killed it last season.
They sent him back, man.
Bruv, they've got midfielders, bruv, for real.
Mm-hmm.
I see people saying
we're gonna have to go striker hunting, people. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm talking. We're gonna have to We're gonna have to go striker scouting. I'm talking deep scouting. None of this.
No, this is right here. This is deep scouting right here. I know, because I mean, paying a bit of attention.
Been good because I know Belotti was a fan favorite a few years ago, but I haven't heard.
Belotti is a great striker at a bad team, bro. But Immobile, yeah, he's nice with it.
Immobile might remind me of Alcaceda. Was it Alcaceda?
Alcacer.
Yeah,
Alcacer. Pablo Alcacer.
Like Immobile doesn't get respect.
Remember when he was smashing in goals and then he went to Dortmund? Yeah, him. Yeah. That's one of them guys, yeah, that just do it in their league. That's for me. That's what Immobile probably is, isn't he?
But you wouldn't take a chance if Immobile came for like 45.
We're not. This is my thing, right? If Chelsea are going to take a chance, we're not here to take chances. If you're going to take a chance, you may as well just leave the guys that you got.
Like
Werner can improve next season if you with the right training. Like right now, a lot of what Werner's in question of is technical ability. Like he needs to improve his finishing and his first touch. If you improve that in a pre-season, get those small footballs out under a pre-season and get it done. Then next season you might be able to bang goals because his movement's there and he knows how to get into goal scoring positions. Kai Havertz looks like he knows how to finish, so you can run with him. Like for me, I'm not looking for a guy who might be the guy. I'm looking for world class, very low bust, very low bust potential.
I know we need to go, yeah, bro. But I was thinking about this today, bro. When I was watching some Italian football earlier, and I was like, bro, we need to redefine what world class is, bro. Because I was watching, and I was like, I watched Immobile play today. Lazio played Genoa, and I watched that game live, and I was like, is Immobile world class, bro?
He's not world class, bro.
Because I'm like,
no disrespect, but Zlatan, what? Zlatan is 40 years old, and he was top scorer for a long time. But he didn't finish top goal scorer. I know, but bro, that's alarm bells ringing. Do you know what I'm saying? A little bit, don't you think so?
Again, but that's again another generational talent, bro.
Yeah, 100%. But he's 40. I'm just trying to say that league is very different. Do you know what I'm saying? The reason why Lukaku is such a different type of move is because he's done it in the Prem before. Do you know what I'm saying? And you know he knows this league inside out. He knows how to deal with this league. I just personally I just really don't think it's a big enough upgrade on our current options to be going in on it. Someone said Iheanacho, I don't even know if he's even going to be consistent.
He's too loyal to Leicester, bro. Because his career was.
He's too loyal to Leicester. Kicking as well. Like
that's a flavour of the month.
Give him some time, innit?
Yeah, give him time.
You can't even say flavour of the month. He's been He's been for the last few months. He's been the top goal scorer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Flavor of the months, then. But is he consistently going to be up there season on season?
Again, bro. It's like a Jesse Lingard thing where he's in the purple patch right now. But is that purple patch going to come and then he don't score again for another year?
If that's the case, you could have said
Lingardinho, bro.
Lingardinho.
Bro, you could have told me get Mitchu from Swansea when he was doing that ear cup thing for like 5 months. It was nuts.
No cap.
Telling you, so nah. Do you know what I'm saying? Bamford. I'm like, what? Look how the mighty have fallen, fam. We've gone from Haaland, Harry Kane, and Lukaku to Patrick Bamford. You know
I still said this, yeah, and I remember saying this yesterday when we did the space, and you shut it down. I think this brother is Ivan Toney is a bad boy, bro.
Man, play FIFA too much, man.
And I remember me and Matisse were in the space yesterday. The Twitter space yesterday having a conversation.
You're talking about him to join Chelsea.
Yeah, and I was like, he scored the 30 goals, and Matisse shut it down.
You're talking about him to go to West Ham over Tammy Abraham as your
Yeah.
But Chelsea boys telling me Ivan Toney for Chelsea will work. Trust me.
Stop that nonsense.
He scored 30 goals in the Championship, bro.
Bro, how many did Tammy Abraham?
That's Timo Pukki numbers, bro.
How many goals in the Championship did Tammy Abraham?
No, wait. If he scores in his next game, he's the highest ever to do it.
He just said it. He scored 30 goals in the Championship. It's the Premier League, bro.
You ain't thinking that's 15 in the Prem?
Well, not necessarily.
I remember because me
what
yesterday.
What mathematics are you doing? Split it in half. We'll carry over the one.
Carry the one.
What are you doing?
The numerals.
Bro, even remember Bamford, yeah. Before he went to Leeds. He had a 6 seasons in the Championship. He came back to Chelsea. Didn't work.
Yeah.
Then he went to. Did he go back to Middlesbrough?
No, he went. No, he had a 6 season at Middlesbrough. Came back, didn't do it, and then went to Palace. I'm correct. If I'm correct.
And it didn't work out.
Yeah, it didn't work out.
And then had to go back down to the Championship before coming up.
Not the guy.
You know what I mean? So it doesn't. Oh man, I don't know. It's down to Chelsea's scouting network to go and find someone. They're paid for a reason.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
they are. Calvert-Lewin's gone missing second half of the season, so again,
that's expected.
Injured. He just
but
came back from injury.
But he is a young
even
striker,
before the injury, though, he'd gone missing for a few months. Even before the injury, someone said Benzema. Why would Benzema come to us right now? I don't know. Like,
if he's a free agent, I'll take him.
If he was,
this is a shout. Somebody YB1 put El Nesri from
El Nesri, bro.
He's good, man. It's a poacher, man. Like, here's the thing. Because this is the thing. This is why I hate,
because you're looking for a striker too.
Yeah.
So would you take these brothers that you're off? Because sometimes Monstar, these guys like to offer us things that they wouldn't take. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Them ones where you're at the dinner table, you're giving these guys nuggets and what's, but you wouldn't eat it.
Okay,
there's only one man. There's only one man for Man City. And
I'm not gonna lie. I'll take a Calvert-Lewin, bro.
Nah, the only man for you lot is Lautaro Martinez. That's who you not.
It's not coming. Not coming.
Not coming.
Sign a new deal. No, but bruv, all those AC Milan, Inter Milan stars.
When did he sign?
He's about to. He was offered. He's halfway through negotiating a new deal. It's being reported. He's not coming.
That's the next Aguero right there.
What is going on?
It's not happening, bro. He's got Wing. I can't pronounce
Wengers.
But yeah, he scored 20 goals in Bundesliga.
And Zeko, what?
You ain't feeling him now? This is
No,
the thing.
no,
This is the thing when it comes.
No, we're not doing that. No.
Bala.
No.
I've offered Matisse Dybala a couple of times this season.
We've already got someone.
Someone explain to me, Monstar. Explain to me how.
Oh my god! Did man say Simi?
Yes, work. Explain to me,
brother.
We've already got Timo Werner. We don't need Dybala. It's not. It doesn't.
Did someone say Zimi? Zimi plays for Crotone in Seria A. They are third from the bottom of the league. He has scored 17 goals in a very bad team, bruv. These were violated now, bruv.
Matisse up top. That's what I want to hear.
They're just naming names to
naming names. Okay, let me just put one more thing forward to you two before. Would you take say Son wants to cut you? Would you take Son as a striker at Chelsea?
I would look into it,
Yeah.
I would, because I think, do you know what, Son?
He's a very versatile player.
Do you know what? That is a very
brilliant player.
Good. That is the best suggestion that anybody's come up with so far. Son at Chelsea is actually exactly the kind of guy that I would go for if I couldn't get one of those other targets. Because Son is both-footed. He's versatile, so he suits this kind of what Tuchel's going with. He's quite fluid. He can interchange into different positions, and that's what he's been going with. He hasn't been going with an out-and-out number 9. So if he doesn't feel like he can get an out-and-out number 9, if you get someone like Son can. He's got Premier League experience. He can score goals, both-footed, and he's a little bit of a shithouse as well, which is kind of what everybody doesn't like about him. But we know we've had Diego Costa. When you've got it, you like it. A little bit of the diving thing, cool. But if he wins us a few penalties, I'm not going to be complaining. And he can interchange with other players, great link-up play, makes smart runs, and a great finisher. I'm not going to lie to you.
Because when Kane went down for a hot sec, Kane went down for a hot sec, he was the striker, and he was pretty good.
He carried them to that Champions League final, bro. He carried well. Lucas Moura did well, but Son that season when he got to the final was world class, was brilliant, bro.
And plus, you know that he's going to cost a fraction of what Harry Kane will.
Yeah, again, will Daniel leave the same guy?
He should cost a lot. He should, like, if you ask me, the thing is, if you ask me now, would I take if I had to spend a lot of money, will I take Son or Kane? I would rather take Son because I know that sounds kind of wild, but Son's more. I know versatile, I don't have to miss. He's more versatile, but I know I don't have to miss a quarter or half of a season
due to injury.
You're not going to miss him due to injuries. Son is very durable. Very rarely does he go down. Whereas with Kane, you know you're gonna miss him for God knows how long, innit?
Yeah, but the only problem is that we're still dealing with the same club, the same guy, Daniel Levy.
It's not happening, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
My thing is
same kind of thing. The only thing is that it's not Harry Kane. It's not the captain, lead, the legend. Do you know what I'm saying? So,
but my thing is, if Harry Kane cuts here, do you think Tottenham will go for a rebuild, or do you think they'll try and
rebuild, bro? Rebuild.
I think that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like Tottenham, like if Kane goes, I feel like Tottenham will be willing to let a Baggerman go on a rebuild team.
Someone said him, and then you can't really.
What do you mean? Come look at that comment, right? That's the comment of the thing, fam. We need the brute. Akinfenwa, bruv. Oof.
Akinfenwa,
come on, man. That's a guaranteed one goal a season, right there.
When you said oof, That sounds
Oof.
mad still.
The way
Bruv.
that I'm so proud that he's got his first championship goal. Like it's
pause.
very
I
humbling.
pause.
It's very humbling the way that he's gone. Like I've been working my whole life to get this championship goal. Like it's very, very like humbling and heartwarming. It is. Do you know what I mean? Because
You can get him at the ripe old age of 39, bruv.
Yeah, man.
Come on.
He's super gassed. He's super gassed. I would love to have him on here. He's a proper personality as well. He is.
He's a funny guy.
He's a proper. I would love to have him on here. He is. He's one of the footballers that they're like Troy Deeney as well in public. I know Troy Deeney's gone.
Isn't Troy Deeney coming right back up?
Yeah, he's coming back up. Yeah.
Jesus, that ain't last long at all, man.
He said you're gonna hear my big mouth in the Premier League again. It's mad. It's mad. But yeah, before we sign off, we had a great space last night. Some people in the chat have been alluding to this don called Raphael.
Shout out to Raphael.
I don't know where we picked up this brush. I don't know where we picked up this Raphael guy. He's from Nigeria, and he is the light of life itself, fam. He is the funniest don I've come across on space. Because I know Monstar does spaces as well from time to time.
I don't do space. I just join up in people.
You just join up, yeah?
Yeah, I don't
Raphael don that I saw last night, oh my
funny
goodness. Such a funny guy, man. He's just, we had to kick him out because like his tongue got a bit too loose, but it was funny. It was good while it lasted for him.
Damn, you got competition, my bro.
100%, fam. 100%. Someone said, "Can I do a space later, bro?" I can't lie, I can't. It's way too late today, but I will try to make it. I can't tell you when because time-wise, like anything can happen. But I'll try and do it more regularly. It is fun chatting to you, man, on space. I might try and do some Instagram lives as well. Monstar, bro. Final thoughts. Obviously, the stream's a lot longer today. Hopefully, make up for the lack of uploads yesterday, guys. Monstar, what's your final thought, bro?
Hopefully, you know, by the time this time next week, we're coming on here with smiles on our faces, or me and you, Matisse. I don't know about saying
you're a hater, bro. You're a dirty
smiles
hater,
on
bro.
our faces, and we're gonna be out here just enjoying and celebrating and having a laugh, man. You know what I mean?
Do you understand? If we both go through, it's gonna get violent next, bro.
It's gonna get violent.
I'm not gonna lie. The niceness, calmness between all of us, it's not gonna exist next week, bro.
But that's why I had to start a couple weeks before we found out who made it.
I feel you.
Everybody get, you know what I mean?
Keep it calm.
Had Big Steve last week. Big Steve will be back next week. Had our nice, you know.
We're gonna start dropping racial slurs, all sorts, bro.
What the hell? Jesus, you know, you need to calm down, man. Seriously, you're on YouTube now. You're not on your little WhatsApp thing or whatever you go mad on, fam. Just rein it in, fam. This channel, I gotta monetize it after the stream. Big up to everybody in the chat. Make sure you like, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you go and subscribe to Monstar as well. Big up everybody that's been watching. It's a late one. I hope you enjoyed the longest stream. You know, I don't usually go for this long, but I felt like I was in debt to you. So I mean, review didn't come out right yesterday. I was hella pissed, but we got it done in the end. And unfortunately, we're not gonna have any we're not gonna have any Spanish expert La Liga TV Guillem Balaguer on. Unfortunately, he can't make it. But we tried, you know what I'm saying? It's the thought that counts. So we're gonna try and bring in some more Chelsea fans over the next couple of days over the build up to the Real Madrid game. And yeah, man, it's good to be back. The internet's back. No more KFC.
No more super budget.
Yeah. no more KFC, Marks and Spencer's, McDonald's Wi-Fi, hopefully for now. And yeah, just big up to everybody, man. It's good to be back with you guys. I feel like I ain't seen you guys in ages. It's only been one day, but it's good to be back. So yeah, Oil Boys continues, and I hope you guys are following the commodities at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? The prices and whatnot. In a bit, people.
It's looking pretty good.
It's looking decent. I need to add a few more.
Stock is high.
Yeah,
we'll see after next week, bro. The stock could be very low for certain people. We'll see.
I'm gonna keep changing it every week. Do you know what I'm saying? It's nice to have that there running across the bottom. We're gonna get the intro done and a few more things, and then, like I said, people, 1 month. I'm back in London. We're gonna be filming again. Them videos are coming out. The roundabout, all that good stuff. So bless up. Have a good night. I'll see you, man, in a bit. Peace.
In a bit, people.
Perfect.